Joining me right now is Stu Dare, one of the best middleweights in Australia. What's going on, Stu? Welcome to Kumite Radio.
G'day, Kumite Radio. How are you all?
Now, first of all, I wanted to know, where did you get your start, and how did you start with your mixed martial arts career?
I used to play rugby, and one of my fellow players, Priscus Foganolo, he was a big in judo, and he started doing it. And I would say to him after a game, I'm like, I want to come and fight. I want to fight these tough dudes in Australia. And he's like, yeah. And then, eventually in 2009, I made an appointment to do a PT with him. And yeah, that's where I started, 2009, I think October.
What got you hooked though? Like, you had some interest in fighting, but what got you hooked? You're like, hey, I got to do this.
I don't know. When I was a kid, I enjoyed martial art movies. I've got four brothers, so we're always mucking about between ourselves. And then 23 I think I was when I first started.
Yeah, of course, having four brothers is a lot of fun playing around the backyard and fighting, I guess, right?
Yeah, none of them are fighters in themselves. They do other sports, but I think I'm the loose one out of them.
Now, what is Stu Fu?
Stu Fu. Stu Fu is it's my style of martial art that I've developed over time. There's many different martial arts and names, so this is my own.
What is it a mixture of?
It's a mixture of I learned a bit of Kung Fu Lama from my mate. It's a mixture of everything that I've put together myself. The mind, getting being strong in the head to get the job done. It's just a Stu Fu philosophy.
You are from Tasmania, an island off the coast. And now, how is the MMA scene over there? Because it is away from the main island.
It's me and my manager. We currently run some amateur shows here. There's not too much on the professional scene. I think we've only had about 3 or 4 professional shows down here in the last 10 years. But yeah, it's building. Tasmania is always slow when it comes to sports. Not really that big.
Now let's talk about the fight that's coming up. Australian FC middleweight title on the line against Glenn Sparv. How long have you been in training camp, and what have you been focusing on?
My real focus of this one, for my last fight against Israel, I spent that camp trying to get fit because I let myself get out of shape a bit. I did do an injury which kept me out for most of last year. So I spent most of that camp keeping fit, and then straight after that fight, I was just back into strength, mate, and trying to building my fitness. So now it's just I'm just setting the moves in, doing lots of grappling, lots of striking. I'm feeling good for this one.
Yeah, you were out for a long time with that injury. What was the injury, and how did you get through all of that?
I done my AC riding a push bike down a mountain. People say I should stick to one extreme sport. So I'll do that from now on anyway for a little while. It wasn't too bad. It was a bit of a hassle. Like it did slow me down in aspects of training, but you're injured all the time in MMA, so there's always a way around it.
Well, you're gonna be fighting for the title. You fought for the Hex title recently, and now you're gonna fight for the Australian FC title. Um, what do you think of the style matchup with Glenn Sparv?
Yeah, what is he? 6 foot, is he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's about 6 foot. So he's very similar height to me. Yeah, he's a grappler. I think it's we're very, very, very similar types, I think. So it should make for a good clash.
Where do you see the threats from him?
The threats. Yeah, I know he throws a big overhand right. So, yeah, I'm not really too worried about his wrestling. I'm stronger than most people that I come up against. I go to Melbourne and I train with Dan Kelly and Jake Matthews and Jimmy Crute and all them boys. And, I can hold my own against them boys. I'm pretty strong. So mainly I just see that big overhand right that I'll be trying to entice him to throw.
Yeah, a lot of people believe that this is a very close matchup. It's gonna result in a very exciting fight, a clash of styles. A lot of people say. Where do you think you have the edge, though?
The edge is my will to be there. This fight, I cannot lose again. I cannot lose 2 in a row. I need this number 1 spot. I put in too much work to just let it slip through my fingers.
You said that you can't lose 2 in a row. You're 31 years old. Where do you put yourself in your career? Are you in the prime? Is it your time to elevate yourself so you could go to the bigger shows?
So what have I been? This is my 9th year. My old man, my dad, my father was a athlete. He retired at 36. That was rugby. He played rugby. Martial arts is a little bit longer, so I feel I've got another 9-10 years left in me. This is me. Like, I love fighting. I'm in it for the long haul. So I feel I can still improve. I've still got plenty of time to improve, and I'm going to just keep working.
I see that, in your previous fights and in your last fight, you attacked verbally your opponent. And this time around, you're more calm and reserved. Is there a reason for that?
Oh, teddy bears, there's no need to get too verbally vicious on the teddy bear, is there? He hasn't done nothing. He's comforted everyone at night.
Before I let you go, I just wanted to ask you one last thing. What is your issues with Phil Baroni and Hector Lombard? Why them? Why did you go after them so much?
Phil Baroni is just a New York badass. I actually didn't even know much about him. My manager sort of introduced me to him, and I just played along with it. But Hector Lombard, back in 2012, he had a go at me at my coach's weigh-in. He like 3 times he carried on like a pork chop. I just want to clash that man in the cage. He's one of the scariest blokes on the planet. So I want to face up. That's who I'm here to fight. I'm here to fight the big dogs, the scary blokes.
So you're always open to that fight with Hector?
Oh yes. That's when he had a go at me back in 2012. It's played on me ever since. I even got a dummy made up. I've got a dummy, a Hector Lombard size dummy. So it's all prep, and I'm going to bash that dude.
All right, what are we going to expect from you?
Maybe in China. Hopefully in China. That would be a good fight in China, wouldn't it?
For sure. Any fight in China is good.
Yeah, definitely. I haven't fought out of Australia yet, but I would like to fight in China.
What are we going to expect from you in your fight?
you're going to expect from the time the buzzer goes, the fight is going to be on, as always. And I'm going to be relentless till I get my win.
All right, thank you, Stu. You could catch Stu in the co-main event of Australian FC against Glenn Sparv for the middleweight title. I'll talk to you again.
Yeah, the Tumbleweed.